के और कौन मृणाल सेन एक घटक थे he was in poverty still making films and this and that. It's a complete Detroit city, just a dead city dying.
He kind of changed our entire worldview.
नेताजी थे, सुभाष चंद्र बोस, स्वामी विवेकानंद, रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर, यही पे ना नॉर्थ कैलिफोर्निया.
There's this restaurant, cafe kind of, this special prawn cutlet, and they have a set number of prawn cutlets that they make, not more, not less. He had asked them, why don't you make like 60 instead of 56?
तो बट फिर मैं स्टॉप और के सेट पे गया, and I just saw Farhan Akhtar singing and he's my favorite director.
First influenced by Shobhitoitra as an artist more than a filmmaker. Music composer. Getting closer to films happened in college thanks to again to Kaustubh Ray and another film studies teacher that we had called Shomu Shubrodash. Drawings of children who are victims of war. It was beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. We got introduced to world cinema and world animation from like every part of the world. People have this idea कि शायद ये Disney वाला ही best है. Experiments like people doing experiments with the animation and breaking out of the conventional style of going about those things.
Wow. So guys, welcome to this channel called East India Talks. It's an initiative by me and my friend Simran Chadda, where we want to talk about the art, culture, history, literature, architecture, and so many great souls that are born and brought up here and have achieved such great achievements throughout the world. Example being MS Dhoni to be one. And so we want to particularly talk about the culture and the kind of even the topography of Eastern India and the kind of religions, the kind of tribes that exist in this side, and also try to get some people and talk about the history and formations of some states and some kind of with some politicians as well, to understand what is going on and make it kind of clear for other people from the other side of the country and other parts of the country to understand what has been the history, what is going on currently. So I would just like to say please like share the love and like, share and subscribe. So welcome guys to the first episode of East India Talks. Today we had Bob and Bobby with us. They are visual artists, animators, creators, and now going to be filmmakers. They have writing their first feature script and they're pitching. They have also assisted Vishal Bharadwaj on a movie called Khufiya. And today you can check out one of the videos which is very interesting and YouTube. Is called Mask Ho Gaya Hai Yaar, which came out during the COVID. And the music was by Vishal Bharadwaj and it was sung by Vishal Dadlani. It's a great music video. These guys have animated it. Please check that out. And today we have had a great talk about politics, cinema, culture and art in Kolkata and in general, and about the future of animation. If anyone is interested in that kind of conversation, there's a lot we have packed. Let's go into the episode. So, welcome to East India Talks. Today, Bob and Bobby. I've been following your work a lot on Instagram and everything. Your political expression through your sketches and your animated video, Mask Ho Gaya Hai Yaar, that you collaborated with Vishal Bharadwaj and Vishal Dadlani. So, that is such a strong expression through animation, which I haven't seen for a very long time. You started this initiative about doing something for East India, because I also was so influenced by Mumbai and the Western Hollywood films and Western culture, Western influence and everything. I too was in Mumbai for 8-9 years, worked on films like Rock On Udan, Kai Poche, Luck by Chance, and gained a lot of experience and knowledge of cinema. But also realized a point that nothing was being said or being spoken about that was happening in this side of the country, and especially the northeast and everything. So this is a small initiative that we started, and today we're going to do the first episode where we're going to talk about politics, art, culture, cinema. So the reason I wanted you guys to be a part of the first episode, because I've been seeing your work and I also have I've born in Calcutta, but I grew up in Jamshedpur. But you guys are born and brought up in Calcutta. So I wanted to understand because I used to keep coming here because my grandparents used to stay here, so I used to keep coming and going, and I always had an objective point of view about the city and the people and the culture because I'm not Bengali, but I love the food and Durga Puja and everything. But how was it for you guys to grow up in Calcutta? And but before that, please could you, if you just could introduce yourself to the people?
So at this moment we are trying to juggle a lot of things at the same time. We are currently directing and animating a music video. It's an animated music video, of course, and at the same time we have also written a live action feature.
Okay.
Which we are pitching in Bombay, and we have also developed an animated series, adult animated series. We have also, we always have more than one log line for the films that we want to make in the future. So we, in our, like when we are free, we also brainstorm ideas for those things and watch.
Yeah, and there's a music video that's been going on for a long time. It's a 5-minute music video, but it's going on for the last 2 years, since November 2021.
Okay.
So we are animating and directing it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's hopefully it would be complete in another month max. So it's an independent music video.
Okay.
There's the person from US who's attached to it, producing it, and there's a production house from Kolkata as well that's involved, and there's a singer from here.
Okay.
So yeah, but it's a Hindi song.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept, and we are really looking forward to how the finished product.
Okay, so let's start from Calcutta as we are here, and I would like to understand your both the dynamics, the artistic dynamics you guys kind of share, and since childhood, and how is that formed? Because I can't work with a co-director. How does this work? It's a phenomena. I can't. Please enlighten me.
So I mean, actually, I think the other twins that we know, they also don't they are in different fields. There are 2 people from our class from college who had twin siblings, but exactly one is doing cinematography, the other is an engineer.
And please childhood se बताइए ना, how does this work?
Yeah, absolutely. So
childhood se synchronize हो गया.
Actually, we have an elder brother. Yeah. So he also actually his name is Bobby Bonnie, and his name is Shotodru. He's into an investment firm right now, and he has a knack for writing, and we also had a published book that he wrote and we illustrated it. It was a children's illustrated book, and he was in Scholastic. Yeah, he was there for 5 years. Now after the pandemic, the publishing industry got hit very hard. So he changed industry, the field, and now he's doing that. So he only introduced us to all the authors, the artists that inspired us, like Shotyajit Ray or Narayan Devnath. We remember actually we have a photographic memory, and we remember things from the past really well. So we remember he once sketched a Shaktiman for us, and we went crazy.
He loves to sketch. He didn't take it up professionally. Since the eldest son is always the one who the parents want him to be safe. ठीक है, समझ गया कि इसको ये करना था लेकिन ये नहीं कर पाया, तो जो छोटे हैं तो वो लोग को करने because we were good at nothing else. क्योंकि we scored miserably in school.
Okay, 12th. No.
12th. Yeah. In hindsight, that would have worked for us better. But okay, we can't change the past.
ये चीजें इतनी twisted हो गई हैं, और मैं क्यों इतना ध्यान दे रहा हूँ ये the point of doing this podcast and everything is because Kolkata has so much of history and art and culture and literature, so it's completely gone. Everything is gone. The infrastructure is there, but it's kind of a hollow kind of infrastructure, right? So everyone can do their own thing here as well. Like how Satyajit today never went to Mumbai, right? He made films in Kolkata. एक चीज बस ऐड करूँगा. Like I don't know Bengali. Still I made a Bengali short film, Kaushamang Show. I never took Bengali as Bengali culture, man. I took it as Indian culture, man. I used to celebrate Durga Puja since childhood. Yeah. So ये बंगाली आर्टिस्टिक साइड का जो ग्रोथ है ये क्यों हो गया है मतलब what do you guys think मतलब क्या आप लोग फील करते थे like what did you have and what is lacking today if you can just
So I mean so like he sketched Shaktiman and then we started sketching and then like there used to be pujo mein people used to get clothes and all. So we used to like look forward to getting books and we used to be gifted books.
parents were supportive?
Yeah. Mom is mom was a literature enthusiast. She is a Bengali teacher.
Okay.
And so yeah, she is all into
What's her name?
her name is Shreya Mukherjee. So she
Like till this day, like before sleeping, she has to read a book. We went to Orient Day School, which is like again near our place, and my mom and my dad used to teach there as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we did like our complete schooling from there, and after that we had this. We fortunately got to know about this course in Xaviers, which was a graduation course, BMN. It was a 4-year course, and that was the only entrance that we had cracked. Otherwise, there was a significant difference between the ranks, whatever we had scored.
I was a little poorer in the academics.
Okay.
So, yeah, and so then like we used to get books and like we used to look forward to it, and our mama used to he was the Tintin supplier. So he used to get Tintin. Yeah. So he used to get the Tintin books, and we used to read in Bangla.
We used to make our comics of Tintin.
Okay. Like when we were like we were like 5-6 years old.
Yeah.
And like we would make our own Tintin comics, and like we like wherever we would go, so we won't create trouble if we were given a pen and paper and pencil and paper, and we would be sitting in a corner, both of us, and like drawing, which we still do. We carry our sketchbooks everywhere. We don't leave home without the sketchbook. So we we would sketch just keep sketching, and like we would create our own comics, own like detectives, and write stories on them.
And they were rip-offs.
Your version of
And we were heavily influenced. So since we were fed with so much literature and art at the young age, we kind of grew this habit of telling stories in some way or the other in our own stupid ways. So we read Feluda and we came up with our detectives, which was like mine was I think Bonida, and
Bonida is like
my elder brother. So like your
version. Your version. But at least the point is that as a writer, what are you at least doing that? That's the starting point. That's the starting point. You keep thinking मैं writer बनूंगा यार. इतना आएगा. वो चीज पहुंचने में आपको तो अपना.
You have to just enjoy the process. That's what matters the most. And the elder brother would always after the stories were complete, he would like go through them and read them aloud to us. And it was a fun experience and a little embarrassing as well. And we would also like in childhood we would also before it was cool we would make the crossovers like Tintin and Hagamoda, all like playing football and all like
or going to a picnic
and the comic characters from the west and the east. And we didn't know that we were making crossovers back then. It was not a term like that, popular term like that. So we used to do all that, and like after we grew up, then like Pokemon, we used to write comics on Pokemon. So I still remember like we were in class 5 and I had written Pokemon comics where Ash, all the Pokemons are kidnapped and Ash has to go to the gym and save them and all without any Pokemon. And our maths teacher was a huge Pokemon fan. So he used to see it. Probably he used to watch it with his kid. But he used to have a knowledge of the series, animated series, and he was really impressed by the artworks and the comics that we had made. And before that, he used to be an extremely strict teacher. तो एक दिन like Pokemon लेके discuss हुआ, then he saw the comics and he entirely flipped. and not just to us, to the entire class. उसके बाद like 50% class में maths वाला, 50% would be Pokemon discussion, and then he saw the comics and like showed it to the whole class and all. So yeah, and like another thing worked for us was that even back then, now that we see when we see our work, it's really like shit work. But people used to go gaga over it and like, used to like appreciate us and inspire us a lot. So we didn't have much naysayers per se back then. Like people used to like love what we would do and like they would tell us कि अरे वाह ये क्या हो रहा है मतलब. So that kind of gave us the impression कि हाँ कुछ तो मजा आ रहा है like लोगों को. And we kept on doing it क्योंकि हमें मजा आ रहा था at the first place. So and like yeah and also like उसके लिए डांट भी पड़ा काफी बार. Like we used to drop everywhere. It was kind of an addiction. Like किसी से बुक उधार लिया स्कूल का पढ़ने का या फिर एक्सरसाइज कॉपी उधार लिया तो when it goes back there's a Batman inside it. And we don't remember drawing it.
Like it became a muscle memory after
yeah. दीवार पे कहीं पे I still remember there was this guy in our class or in the creche who had pooped in his pants. And Bobby wanted, and I wasn't there, so Bobby wanted to demonstrate it, give a picture, a graphic demonstration. So and we didn't have paper around it, so he sketched it on the wall. ठीक है, there's a butt and there's poop on it. और उसके बाद तो बहुत झाड़ पड़ा था when once mom saw it and she couldn't figure out what's happening, like there's a butt with like yeah, and once he drew in like electricity bill as well. तब electricity bill used to be very important क्योंकि देना पड़ता था तो उस पे भी बैटमैन आ गया था और हम पे डांट आ गया था तो yeah it used to happen like that and
those things used to be a conversation starter back in the day. Like I was in probably the joint entrance examination and I had a conversation with the invigilator. Like she was like passing by and then she stopped and then she said, "Is that Captain Haddock?" I said, "Yes." Then we started discussing about Tintin in the middle of AIEEE. Of course, one back and yeah, really bad. Yeah.
And like we used to exams में तो as we said like I was extremely like I was even worse than him. He was actually good sometimes. तो जल्दी खत्म हो जाता था papers. So question paper के पीछे we used to look forward to that moment जब like paper खत्म हो जाएगा मतलब answer करना खत्म हो जाएगा. There would be like 15-20 minutes left. And we would like sketch throughout the question paper, throughout the remaining time on the question paper. So yeah.
No, तो मतलब that's the pressure था कि मतलब engineering pressure.
Yeah. I mean like
full support as in
full support नहीं था क्योंकि like so our father was not to be very blunt and honest, he was not a responsible and a very present father. So mom, everything was on mom. He was like raising 3 kids.
She was raising 3 kids and like
on a salary of maybe like 10,000 or 15,000.
She was earning.
She was the only earning member in the family and like so the brother was in college back then. He was also in Xaviers. So his tuition fees, our school tuition fees. So there we understand where she was coming from, and also like there were like artistic abilities in the family and in the like extended family as well. But nobody actually went ahead and explored their true potentials.
Like my mom can like touch the pen on paper and there will be a poem. Like she writes poems like anything. Like
yeah. But like,
but you guys understood the situation and you guys took it up कि यार कैसे कमाना है, the situation at home.
Yeah, I mean like कैसा हुआ था, exam खत्म हुआ and like we applied in lots of colleges and we also were convinced कि engineering करना है. ठीक है.
Like first we were of the idea that we need to fix the financial thing first.
Yeah.
And my father was ailing back then. Like he passed away in 2015 and I think everything like he had a bypass in around 2008 after which his health started deteriorating.
And post that like also all mom's savings were almost like exhausted.
Yeah.
So तो वहाँ पे like we had to we were thinking just finance wise we were thinking तो कि engineering पढ़ना है फिर पैसा कमाना है and then like रिजल्ट्स निकला उसमें लगा कि इस पे तो इंजीनियरिंग नहीं कर सकते हैं, मतलब जो रैंक आया था। तो बॉबी यूज्ड टू जोकिंगली से कि ये जो रैंक आया हम लोग को, इफ वी कैन कन्वर्ट इट इनटू मनी वी कैन बाय एन आईपीएल टीम। सो तो ऐसा हुआ था। एंड देन लाइक सो वी वर we were trying.
How old? There was an age gap between you and your elder brother.
But our elder brother is almost 10 years. He was in 84 and we were in 94. We were born in 94.
So he started working and
he started working in 2010. Yeah.
Some corporate.
Yeah, he was in big FM.
Okay.
But like it was a kind of a sales manager kind of a job that he was doing, and it wasn't paying well back then. So yeah, there was pressure. But then after the exams, after the results came out, it was really hard to get inside any college. Because like boards में भी उतना अच्छा नहीं आया था, joint में भी नहीं आया था.
And we weren't choosing the courses according to our, what we like and our strong fields were. We were choosing them as to, okay, this subject people might not opt for.
तो इसमें शायद chance मिल जाए.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we were like choosing. We were looking for course that we have never heard of, like optometry, geology. तो अभी भी मुझे पता नहीं वो क्या लेके था. तो वो सब देखा था, but उसमें भी नहीं हुआ. But then there is a friend called Shayantan Bhattacharya. He said he was also into like watching animations and anime. तो he said कि एक course के बारे में पढ़ रहा था, Xaviers में है. तो हम लोग बोले कि like Xaviers बोला यार, तो that's BMM and it has an entrance test. तो बोला अच्छा ठीक है, तो उसमें भी गए. तो उतना उम्मीद नहीं था, but देखा कि like we have cracked, like we were shortlisted. Then we went in and it was like there's this professor who's still our mentor, Kaustav Ray. He was the only good thing about our college life, and he kind of changed our entire worldview, and he shaped our politics, our ideals, and everything. Like
teacher, of course.
Yeah, he is a professor.
What subject?
So he used to teach actually pre-production. वो पहले pre-production का class लेते थे, but then he like
Which year were you doing the course?
We were in Xaviers from 2012 to 2016. Yeah. So and he used to he exposed us to films from around the world and changed our worldview totally, and how we perceive the littlest of things, and he's the one who shaped us and how we create things and everything.
He saw the talent and he saw the work.
And he has had this very interesting way of he used to be very blunt. तो इसके पहले क्या होता था, हम लोग कुछ भी बनाते थे तो लोगों के पास लेके जाते थे and they were like wow.
We used to be overhyped by really kind people.
Yeah.
Okay, आसपास friends.
And I somewhere deep down I believe that we still are a little overhyped by kind people. And but he was another kind guy who underhyped us, on our face in front of the class. And Bob went to him with a sketch and
just randomly went to him, and he was he was a popular guy among the circles.
Okay.
I mean among the students,
because he used to be very rebellious.
Rebellious teacher, very friendly with the students.
Yes. And hard to impress. So yeah, I thought hard to impress.
Good chance to score a brownie.
But with them I think correct है, because क्या होता है
absolutely
correct, because वो आपके जो friends आपको overhype कर रहे हैं, वो आपको ऐसे कर रहे हैं, आप ऐसे कर रहे हैं और आप बीच में आके एकदम
से absolutely that was his process. I mean so I took a sketch to him just randomly. He was leaving, his class was over, he was leaving. I took it to him and said, sir, I had sketched this. तो वो बांग्ला में बोला, वो बहुत ऐसे matter of factly calmly बोला जॉन मच, मतलब बहुत खराब हुआ है, ठीक है, वाहियात हुआ है. तो and I was shattered. ठीक है. And उसके बाद से so we were making this film as his class project, and we named our production house I.B Production, क्योंकि उसके पास कुछ भी लेके जाओ he used to say I.B, मतलब नहीं हुआ है, ठीक है. तो even till now, so even till now whatever we make, there's a character like him in our film. So even in Mask Ho Gaya is there.
Okay.
There's a guy who's wearing a Hoini t-shirt written here.
Okay.
So yeah, even in the latest music video we are making, we have him. There's an ad film that we directed for Link Pens. He's there as well.
Oh, you direct ads also?
Yeah, so we made the ad.
Achha, achha.
So we actually put him as a character in
Oh,
our
achha,
films.
achha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that way.
Okay.
As a tribute. So we still like are in touch with him and show him our works and all. So yeah.
Very nice. So he still works.
He's not teaching. Like he's not teaching at Xaviers right now. He's in a different college teaching. Yeah.
मैं बस देखो बाकी पॉडकास्ट होता है तो मेरे मैं आपसे सीइंग ना आई द रीजन स्टार्टिंग दिस कैलकाटा को लेके इश्यूज एंड व्हाटएवर द थिंग आई वुड जस्ट एक बार हम कैमरा में प्लीज देख के यहाँ पे यूथ को एक बार एक चीज बोलते हैं जैसे आपने कौस्तव दा का वो दिया है एग्जांपल, ठीक है, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट कि ना आपको जैसे वो अंडर हाइप करते हैं आपको एकदम बैलेंस करके वो कहते हैं ना हैमर से कैरेक्टर को मारोगे तो ठीक करके पॉलिश व्हाटएवर. यहाँ के यूथ को हम लोग लाइक यू गाइस वर्किंग विशाल भारद्वाज, आई एम बोथ इन मोटवानी जोया दिस एंड दैट मोटवानी भी
I've heard.
ठीक है. सो द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज कि यहाँ के लोगों को प्लीज ये बात एक्सेप्ट करना होगा कि कोई अगर आपको डांट रहा है कोई ऐसे कर रहा है इट्स नॉट just to put it down because I want to make films here, okay, Hindi or whatever, but I've been struggling to make a team, a good team here, and that is of course. But यहाँ पे of course it's all discuss. Can we open and discuss?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just saying कि क्या होता है देखो बहुत बड़ा कम्युनिस्ट जब थे तो लेबर यूनियन स्ट्राइक कभी भी बंद, आज बंद है कलकत्ता सब बंद है तो बैठे घर पे कोई चाय पानी पी रहा अड्डाबाजी चल रहा है. मैं पॉइंट है देखो एक वर्किंग शेड्यूल होता है, प्रोफेशनलिज्म राइट. बॉम्बे में तो जो यहाँ पे 5 दिन चल रहा है फैक्ट्री आज बंद, आज है सब जगह बंद, अब सब बैठ रहे हैं. वर्क कल्चर कैसे अच्छा तो आपने तो लेजीनेस वेडनेसडे मॉर्निंग में गेटिंग इट. सो दीस थिंग्स तो ये चीज बहुत इफेक्ट किया 34 इयर्स मैन 34 इयर्स इज नॉट. सो ये अभी भी कहते हैं ना यहाँ पे कोई काम नहीं करना चाहते, लेजी है वो है इवन बंगालीज हो जो हो मेरे फ्रेंड्स भी हैं बट जो फैक्ट है वो फैक्ट है एकदम ब्रूटल उसमें क्योंकि हमने तो हिस्ट्री देखी ना क्या लोग रहते थे यहाँ पे. नेताजी थे, सुभाष चंद्र बोस, स्वामी विवेकानंद, रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर, यही पे ना नॉर्थ कैलिफोर्निया में यही क्या से कहां क्यों क्या हो गया मैन कहां. इट्स अ कंप्लीट डेट्रॉइट सिटी जैसा ना डेड सिटी डाइंग जस्ट लाइक गेटिंग डिकेड एंड सब है बट डिकेड. सो माय पॉइंट इज ये यूथ को समझना पड़ेगा क्योंकि और हर बात में आर्ग्यू नहीं कर सकते. मतलब जो पॉइंट है कि अगर आपको कोई जानबूझ के डांट रहा है जानबूझ के कोई गलत बात है तो देन बी सेंसिबल एंड अंडरस्टैंड. बट इफ यू आर working in a team I mean to say a team is a team man. Forget the boss, you have to respect your team members. And this साथ में you have to work. अब उसमें सब कोई मेहनत करे, अरे हम ये नहीं हम ये चलो कर मतलब I'm sorry जो लगी मेरा पहला एपिसोड है ये पहला एपिसोड में बोल रहा हूँ ये मेरा पॉइंट है करने का, ठीक है. सो ये चीज को जैसे आपने एग्जांपल दिया ना ये जो लोग नहीं समझते जैसे बॉम्बे में भी अगर आप जाओ कितना ओवर हाइप कर देते अरे तू तो नया डायरेक्टर है तू ही है ये करके. तो पॉइंट वी ऑल लूज फोकस वी ऑल लर्न एज डायरेक्टर्स एज आर्टिस्ट वी हैव टू हैव फोकस कंप्लीटली फोकस. मतलब नहीं होगा यार मतलब ये इतना बड़ा गैप है. ओके तो ये चीज को लेके समथिंग दैट यू वुड लाइक टू ऐड टू इट एंड लाइक व्हाट हैज बीन रॉन्ग politically and what I said culturally धीरे and मतलब एक और चीज है यार मतलब कि देखो यहाँ पे I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying people are very happy with their food and their life. That should be the case. But I'm just trying to say then enjoy your life. But if you come into the office or profession, then you're professional.
Yeah, absolutely.
अपने घर में जो करना है, you want to do drugs, you want to do whatever, man, do. But when you come in, then you're in a team. So my point I'm trying to say this culture को कैसे ठीक किया जाए. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हर बात पे आगे कर हर बात पे ना इतना ना हो गए मतलब anyway sorry.
Yeah, I mean see what I personally believe is that if you're arguing or putting your position or stand on something it should have a base. It shouldn't be just for the sake of having an argument. So and like the lesson is of course like हर जगह में है मतलब I would go to the shop and like कुछ लेने गया हूँ, मतलब bread लेने गया था. So this person is talking to another person, the shopkeeper. मैं बोला bread वो सामने ही है, बोला वो random बात कर रहा है, ठीक है, वो 2 मिनट ऐसे 3-4 मिनट बात किया, मैं चला आया वहाँ से. And there is also like मतलब ये हर सेक्टर में है, ये जो laziness and like काम के बीच में
just talking, काम नहीं करना, you delaying it by talking.
Small talks. I have also funny story here. तो मैं बाल काटने गया था, वहाँ पे गया था, तो it was an AC salon, वो नया खुला था and we were really excited about it. So हम लोग गए, तो मैं गया, तो बाल काटते हुए like he sprayed water on my hair. तो टीवी भी चल रहा था वहाँ पे, तो संजय दत्त का फिल्म चल रहा था, पीछे जो वेट कर रहा था, he started talking about संजय दत्त फिल्म with him. और मेरा बाल पे स्प्रे करके और रख दिया, ठीक है, सूख गया. कुछ देर बाद फिर से वो स्प्रे किया करके 2 बार ऐसे कैंची चला के फिर से बात करने लग गया, अब दोबारा सूख गया, मेरे को बुखार हो गया, ठीक है. So like yeah, I in a film I had written कि like सैलून में जाके कभी पॉलिटिक्स का बात मत उठाना, या फिर कोई फिल्म लेके बात मत करने आना, तुम बुखार लेके घर आओगे, ठीक है. So yeah, कहीं भी मतलब बात करने लग जाता है, तो मतलब खाने चला जाता है, ठीक है. In general, like people are little lazy.
And also like another thing is that they are not always willing to expand or explore further whatever they are doing. You know, so I read this book called Epic City, which like talks about certain like aspects of Kolkata and what are the history behind them. And so there's this restaurant, cafe kind of. They still make this special prawn cutlet, and they have a set number of prawn cutlets that they make, not more, not less. So when they were asked, why are you not like, and they were like, really good. I have tasted them myself. And he had asked them, why don't you make like 60 instead of 56? So they said, we are happy with it. This is how much we want to like push ourselves.
Ambition कम है, but like yeah, but if you're like you said, अगर आप ठीक है, यूनियन मुझे लगता है होना चाहिए to have the so that the people have rights and all. But ऐसे तो यूनियन का तो like नाम खराब कर रहे हो ना. If you're going and like just not working and having chai, you signed up for it.
Because वहाँ उस टाइम सतीश रे की जो टीम मेंबर्स थे, so dedicated man. His DOP invented the bounce slide. Correct? I'm forgetting his name.
Subrata.
Yes. I've spoken about him with Ronnie's podcast, but I just forgot. Sorry. So ये सब चीजें और आपका लेके और कौन को बिना सेंसिटिव घटक थे, मतलब he was in poverty, still making films and this and that. तो मतलब मैं actually crack नहीं कर पा रहा क्योंकि ये ऐसा हुआ क्यों. Anyway, we'll talk about it again more about. But just tell me about the influence of films in your life, मतलब since childhood.
So first it started with, of course, with art. Like for instance, Satyajit Ray, we were first influenced by Satyajit Ray as an artist more than a filmmaker. Then as a music composer.
Okay.
Like Gopi Baba, we used to the first time we had watched the film as kids, we had watched it multiple times and we kind of started singing the songs. So and then the visuals attracted us, and so it kind of got inside our head, and after a point of time, this is long back, I think our getting closer to films happened in college, thanks to Kaustav Ray and another film studies teacher that we had called Shomu Shubrodash. And we got introduced to world cinema and world animation from like every part of the world, like which are not available anywhere in
some examples.
Yeah, so this one was called Little Voices, which is a 2D animation. Not a 2D animation, it's kind of a 2D 3D mix, which is made from drawings of children who are victims of war, like their parents have died and their experience.
Expressing it.
Yeah. And it was beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time. So all those things that, and there was another one called I think the Madagascar sketchbook, which was an artist went to Madagascar and he like made a sketchbook journal and the animated the sketches. So we got exposed to a lot of world cinema and world like including animation that way. And
not the traditional Hollywood
yes,
animation,
yes.
the world cinema
animation. A lot of experiments, like people doing experiments with the animation and breaking out of the conventional style of going about those things.
Wow. Nice.
And that kind of inspired us and opened our perspective that okay, this cannot be, there cannot be one way of doing good things. Like people have this idea कि शायद ये Disney वाला ही best है, but there are so many out there, right? And like totally unconventional styles that you have never seen before, and which might at the first glance come across as something not very good, but if you look more into it, like it starts revealing yourself.
Layers and layers.
Yeah. So that kind of opened up our approach to it, and then what happened, we saw a lot of films and we cry a lot while watching films, and I personally felt that whatever I am feeling right now, I want to give this feeling to someone else watching my film, and that's when I like had it in my mind that I want to make films.
Also, like, I mean, it used to be there before, but we were too young to figure it out. I remember, like, I still remember that feeling, and I was not being able to explain what was happening. It was after Chak De India, so it was a like full house Sunday evening, first Sunday, and I came out shaking, and I hadn't felt that before. Of course, like we were huge Shah Rukh Khan fans since we were kids, because the brother was mad Shah Rukh Khan. He still is. We 3R. I mean, we have been watching first day first show since Om Shanti Om.
Wow.
So and like you go there, the lights turn off, and then you're totally transported into a different world. The first half of Om Shanti Om still like tears me up and everything. So there was this feeling that I couldn't explain, and like I always used to wonder like what if we could give that feeling to someone else. But it kind of materialized after college that I mean, like the first time we made our animated film, and the it was hand-drawn animation, and the images came alive after like you place them one after the another. Lots of trouble. Yeah, kind of. That is the basic funda.
What do you call it?
Flipbook. Yeah. So we were making a film like that on paper animation.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was like
with dialogue, bubbles with dialogue.
It was a silent film.
Silent film.
So, I mean, actually, whatever we have made, most of them are like silent without dialogues. Because whenever I used to write, I used to challenge myself कि बस image से कैसे कहानी बोल सकते हैं. Now that we are writing a feature film, it's not there. But like so after those images came alive, I was like fascinated. I was like, okay, like this is what I want to do. And like of course, after watching Udan,
okay, so all of the films that you have worked on are extremely special to us.
Extremely special to us. Rock On. Because we hadn't seen a film like Rock On before that. कि बैंड लेके एक फिल्म है, उसमें इतना कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स है. We cried buckets.
बहुत मजा आया था. I was surprised. What a set I got to work on. My first day of set, so I just interrupted. My first ever experience. I was an intern. Okay, I just got in. I was actually working with Luck by Chance. Okay, Luck by Chance का shoot चालू होने वाला था. Rock On का last 20 days बचा था. I worked half on Rock On and marketing of Rock On, then Luck by Chance.
Right.
So Rock On का shoot चालू हो चुका था. They were shooting. So, but when I was in office, I was preparing for Luck by Chance and everything. Suddenly, when the EP comes and she's like, now you're in the Rock On team. I'm like, why? What happened? We have a concert and there are 6,000 people coming and we need everyone in the office to join the Rock On team now because we can't do it. And then that happened, and then my first day on set, Film City, rock concert. And Farhan Akhtar, actually I had not met Farhan because he was busy shooting for Rock On and I joined office. So ऐसे करके मुझे कुछ इतना पता नहीं था Rock On के बारे में. Luck by Chance का पता था of course. तो बट फिर मैं Rock On के सेट पे गया and I just saw Farhan Akhtar singing and he's my favorite director. What is happening over here, man? Why? क्या हो क्या रे वो समझ नहीं आ. And he's fully I'm like dude. And then someone told me इसका launch हो रहा है as an actor. मैंने कहा oh my god क्या हो. Anyway, he was so talented. He did a good job.
Yeah. It's terrific job.
Both sister brother Farhan Zoya. So हाँ.
Yeah, and like so where were we?
I just like keep it in your head. Like I just want to add another thing about Rock On.
Okay.
So another thing that fascinated me was that before Rock On, you see any actor playing guitar, you know that they cannot play the guitar.
Exactly. Very true.
You know? And Rock On, Arjun Rampal, be it Arjun Rampal or Farhan Akhtar, it looked like they're actually playing it.
And this is the call of the director.
Absolutely.
उसका choreography हो चाहे जो हो.
Absolutely.
कि rock band तो जैसा होता है वैसा होता है.
And before that, like I haven't seen any director actually giving attention to that detail.
Yeah. हाँ exactly.
Saif used to be there, but otherwise
apart from Saif, because he used to play the guitar.
हाँ, he was a fan of AC/DC.
हम लोग बोलते हैं कि गुदगुदी दे रहा है गिटार को, ठीक है.
Then we had one more Himesh. He knew how to play. Legend. Anyway, so Rock On and also this was your influence.
Yeah, and Udan के बाद I started writing poetries.
Wow.
There was this thick diary where I had written a lot of bad poetries.
Okay.
But I was writing them. I was enjoying writing poetries.
Yeah.
And like I was Udan देखने के बाद where the chase happens. I was like, I want to create something like this. The feeling that I'm having right now, I want to, make something that makes someone else feel this way.
Correct.
Or make someone like, I have realized that cinema has saved me so many times.
Yeah.
And like,
Same,
I have felt seen while watching a film. Ki, chal, I'm not alone. There's someone else that feels this way.
Same.
Who knows that? I mean, the director feels this way, which is why the character does. And I want to be there for someone who has felt the way I had.
Yes.
And to tell them that you're not alone. There are feelings like this. So
and also, I think the films that we have loved, we kind of start resonating with at a very personal level. So much so that it feels like this is my film. So whenever I am, suppose, showing Udan to someone, for instance, like I showed it to my mother the other day, and like the very next moment I texted Rajat that okay, my mom and you both are crying at this moment. You're crying on screen and she's crying off it. And so I would look at her as if she's watching my film. And I want her to cheer, cry, and like be immersed in that whole experience. So that's one of the countless instances where we had figured that we want to do this.
Also like
engineering से writing. Also.
And also like मतलब we want to make all kinds of films. Like मतलब उड़ान का suppose एक वो है एक type का audience हो सकता है, ठीक है. Although I believe it has a huge appeal like toward across all spectrum of audience. Suppose Shah Rukh Khan films ka we want to make films like that as well, like Jawan and Pathan were like therapy to us. Okay? I mean, like we want to have those moments as well. Like even whatever we are writing right now, it would like inevitably fall under the indie genre maybe. Not a genre, like indie category, but we have tried putting moments like that, like where one can whistle, one can clap, and can go like total bonkers. Because I really feel that वैसा मतलब मैं वैसा बनाना चाहता हूँ कि कोई भी देख के समझे पहले. ऐसा नहीं कि 4 फिल्म स्कूल का स्टूडेंट देख के बस तालियां बजाएगा और बाकी लोगों को सोचेगा कि अच्छा कुछ समझ में नहीं आया मस्ती.
हाँ नहीं वो जवान उसका जवान और पठान लोगों का क्या होता है ना कि आपको फिल्म सबको एक साथ समझ में आती है. सबको एक साथ. getting it? तो अभी वो घर जाके सोचेगा अरे कल फोन करेगा मेरे को बहुत समझ में मतलब I get your point. I'm an art filmmaker, so I want to do my next is a commercial only. But of course it comes from the start, the resonating with the audience. वो तो चाहिए वो नहीं होगा तो मतलब art तो मतलब अभी क्या हुआ ना जैसे उड़ान का I'll give you a very good example. Thanks to यार विक्रम यार luckily कैसे मेरे को काम करने को मिला तो अभी मैं चीज समझ गया उसमें कि like you just spoke about the chase, that feeling, correct? तो that budget was only 1.52 crores में हमने फिल्म बनाई है उड़ान बहुत रगड़ पट्टी करके जमशेदपुर में no hotels not whatever so not complaining but the point is I understood कि पैसा नहीं है ना but still how to use the camera how to use the technique ठीक है ये चेस करना ना तो पूरा यहाँ पे ट्रैक लगा मतलब पूरा एक 100 मीटर का ट्रैक लगा है 200 मीटर का आई मीन टू जस्ट यूज योर जो है जस्ट यूज इट वही है तो उड़ान आई गेटिंग इट मुझे आजम का बजट नहीं चाहिए उड़ान का हमेशा फीलिंग रखने के लिए फीलिंग अभी भी आ रहा है 10-15 साल बाद भी तो ये चीज में एक गैप हो रहा है सो ये चीज है तो अभी देखिए जैसे आप फिल्म मेकिंग की बात करते हैं कि थेरेपी it's not easy to make films first and especially this chaotic I have to really I am living today I'm alive now but I just want to connect with Satyajit Ray and the people who were before in Bengal I'm trying to find them actually I'm just trying to meet them and chill with them but I'm trying
also like there's another experience incident that happened with us that was very endearing and warm so there's this cafe in Tollygunj
okay
and we would go there and hang out with our friends at times and there used to be this person who used to look like a character from a Shobtoitra short story and he looked like how Shobtoitra used to sketch those characters so and he would just walk around inside the cafe and we were sketching and we were having a conversation with our friends and we were sketching Bob was sketching and then he stopped and he looked at them and he said, are you an animator? So Bob said, yes, that's one of the things that we do. So he said, okay, like is cell animation or like digital? He said, like we are mostly doing digital at this moment. So then he sat down and then he started having a conversation with us.
And he asked if I can see.
Yeah. So most of our works have a like dedication. It's like they are dedicated to my mentor Kostubre and Shobtojit Ray and Shah Rukh Khan and my mom and my elder brother. So and there was also like Varun Grover was mentioned because he had given a feedback on the film as well.
Okay.
And he's very close and dear to us.
Nice.
So.
Great guy. I've not met him once, twice.
Yeah, he's the kindest that we have met. One of the kindest. And so he read the dedication and he said, okay, I have worked closely with one of the people you have dedicated. So we immediately thought it must be Kaustubh Ray or probably Varun Grover. So we said, is it Kaustubh sir? So he said no. So Varun Grover, he said no, it's Manikda.
This can only happen in Kolkata. This can only happen.
I said, what? So turns out
how old was he?
He was in his I think late 60s. Yeah. So he said I was the
assistant cinematographer in Hero Prajadesh.
Oh my god.
And like he said one of the iconic photos of Shobtojit Ray is clicked by him.
Okay.
With a classic in his hand. Classic or some other cigarettes that actually went as an ad there.
Okay.
And we were like, okay, so we need some time. तो हम लोग तो बोले कि हम लोग ये conversation खत्म करके we'll sit with you to listen to your stories. And of course, उसके बाद we sat down and had a long chat.
And then he flipped to our like sketchbooks
and said कि had he been here, he would have hugged you two very tightly. Okay, this is like close to.
So what are we sketching? What did he see?
So we were like, we sketched people like.
Manikda will be sketching something.
No.
Like only sketching. He said Manikda will lucky for sketching.
Because he used to do the same thing.
Yes, correct.
So there's this very famous photograph of Soumitra Chatterjee like sitting there and Shobtojit Ray on his couch and he's sketching him.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, so he said like this is what he used to do. Like he used to sketch all the time like you two guys are. And he would have hugged you like also like he of course he saw some influence in our style
which there clearly is. Like in our sketching style, there is clear influence of Shotoitra. It's very because we were got very acquainted with them at a very young age.
And you were able to go through his sketches and older
short stories में तो उसका sketches भरती रहता है.
Yeah, his own sketches. And, yeah.
So going back to what you were speaking about therapy, film as therapy, kind of. So मतलब कि एक चीज हमको यहाँ पे थोड़ा मैं pinpoint करना चाहूँगा कि यहाँ पे it's a film obsessed country, right? We love films, we just watch and we just take it to another level in our lives. It's part of our lives and everything, and it does influence our lives in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
And it also again it works like people who can't afford a therapist or a healing process or whatever. It's a film is a therapy. That I completely agree. Now what is happening is now I just want you guys to think about it in complete Southeast Asia. आप पाकिस्तान देख लो, बांग्लादेश, श्रीलंका, जितने भी countries हमारे आसपास, ईरान में तो क्या हाल हो रहा है? हर जगह फिल्म्स को लेके है नहीं मतलब वहाँ पे. Correct? India is a source and hub for Pakistani also. They love Bollywood films and this and that. तो लेकिन यहाँ का क्वालिटी कितना जो डाउन गया था अभी तो थैंकफुली आई हैव नॉट सीन जवान येट बट आई मीन जस्ट मैं शाहरुख को इतना प्यार करता हूँ कि मैं इससे पूछना ही मिलता था 8-5 साल से दिल से गाली दी है शाहरुख को दिल से गाली दी है ठीक है हाँ ना मैं दिल से प्यार करता हूँ दिल से गाली देता हूँ मैं एकदम ठीक है तो मतलब पहले जो भी था एंड वो धीरे धीरे हैप्पी न्यू ईयर दिलवाले मतलब आई एम लाइक डूड please don't हम लोग बहुत मुश्किल से सब पकड़ के रखते रहे तो ये सब जब होने लगा actually 2014 I left Bombay I was done at that time I saw actually I saw it was a changing time no Randhir Basanti सब हो गया था Chakti India was more individual producers financiers and everything and distant corporates had come in after Om Shanti Om and Savaria Sony Pictures had come in for Savaria and this and that the corruption of the industry man complete money minded greed कैसे अंदर से एकदम ग्रीड दिखता है ये क्या बोलते हैं विक्रमादित्य मोटवानी I got my understanding then he is a new director new voice whatever nobody in the industry gave a shit about him आया ठीक है बोला and you say dude इंडिया में ऐसा डायरेक्टर आया है फिल्म हमको इतना पसंद है ना कोई क्या देने वाला हम लोग को यार मतलब थोड़ा रिस्पेक्ट तो करो ये करो I remember I was in the Screen Awards okay Star Screen Awards तो उड़ान के लिए हम लोग वहाँ बैठे थे यहाँ पे My Name is Khan की टीम करण जोहर की यहाँ पे दबंग की टीम सलमान खान और पीछे हम लोग को बैठा है उड़ान की टीम हम लोग सब छोटे छोटे एकदम एक्साइटेड फर्स्ट फिल्म जिस लाइक पूरा दिल से बनाया ना भाई मतलब ऐसा कुछ दबंग नहीं ना कोई प्लान कॉर्पोरेट सलमान आता शूटर ऐसा नहीं ना पूरा दिल से सब कुछ डाल दिया हमने यार और हम यहाँ बैठे अवार्ड के लिए हम लोग ज्यादा नहीं सोच रहे हम सिर्फ सोचे विक्रम को बेस्ट डेब्यू डायरेक्टर मिलना चाहिए यार बेस्ट डेब्यू डायरेक्टर मिलना चाहिए हम लोग वो तो लड़ लेंगे यार उसके लिए तो ठीक है तो ये चीज करके अब धीरे धीरे बैठने लगे अब बेस्ट चाइल्ड आर्टिस्ट तो बच्चे को बेस्ट चाइल्ड आर्टिस्ट मिला बेस्ट नेगेटिव एक्टर रणजीत रॉय बेस्ट सपोर्टिंग एक्टर राम कपूर मतलब एक एक करके साथ मिलने लगे ना फिर ये करके फिर बेस्ट डेब्यू डायरेक्टर का आया वी वर लाइक चलो ये तो चाहिए वी वर ऑल लाइक दिस इट वेंट टू मनीष शर्मा फॉर बैंड बाजा बारात ओके एंड वी वर लाइक dude come on and next award was best director Vikramaditya Motwani I'm like debut guy best director this never happened a debut once or twice might have happened a debut guy won best director वो सबको पछाड़ दिया करण जौहर ये वो सब और फिर वो भागते हुए गया ऐसे लेके वापस आ ही रहा था एंड बेस्ट फिल्म उड़ान वो अवार्ड देके वापस ओ माय बेस्ट फिल्म एंड दबंग एंड माय नेम इज खान के लोग दे वर जस्ट बिकॉज़ वो कौन था सोनू सूद थे दबंग का विलन ने वो नेगेटिव सब के दे वर एक्सपेक्टिंग दे बस खड़े बस आगे फ्रंट रो में सब रेडी माय नेम इज खान बिगेस्ट शाहरुख सलमान सब और हम लोग एक एक अवार्ड पे ऐसा हूट कर रहे हैं कि स्कूल का भी फंक्शन चल रहा है भाई हम लोग पागल हो गए हम लोग वो लोग देख कौन है ये लोग यार कौन है वो we saw Salman was just he was खड़ा हुआ ऐसे सूट ठीक करके देखे जा रहा है और लोग छपरी दे चिल्ला रहे पागल हो रहे कि पहला अवार्ड ऐसे करके so that kind of things से मेरे को समझ में आया कि विक्रम को कैसे साइडलाइन किया या मतलब कोई अप्रिशिएट नहीं किया साइडलाइन इन द सेंस कि मतलब वो उनको अपना देखो फैंडम बनाओ अपना करो भाई I mean to say there's no appreciation there's nothing writers कौन जाता है बॉम्बे कौन जिंदा है कौन नहीं है मतलब I mean there's nothing association भी तो क्या है इतना कुछ नहीं मतलब point is like for sportsmen Indian team के लिए जो खेलता है international representation करता है right उसका सिलेक्शन होता है रणजीत से, ये होता है वो होता है, प्रॉपर सब कुछ। तो ये बहुत बड़ा गैप है, आई मीन टू से। ओके, तो आई मीन टू से कि ये यूथ के लिए एंड एवरीथिंग कि हम लोग को सिस्टम को बाईपास करना ही पड़ेगा, सिस्टम बाईपास करना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मेरिटोक्रेसी में चलता है ये आर्ट, करेक्ट? तो उसमें कोई डेमोक्रेसी या कुछ बोल नहीं सकते, मेरिटोक्रेसी में नहीं चलता सर, जो चलना चाहिए सर वो उल्टा ही चल रहा है। तो द पॉइंट इज कि how will you, like, how did you guys, because now I want to get into that phase of your life where you guys decided to move to Mumbai and got to work with Vishal sir, how much was the struggle and everything. So ये चीज I just wanted to speak the motivation of going to Bombay and deciding कि feature films करना है।